welcome to the Vox of Gaming! Hello, everybody! Ow! Hey! Hey! Get off from behind there! Hey!
Who, me? You talking to me?
I
just say I actually fell on the floor.
Welcome to the Vox of Gaming, guys! Another week every Saturday at 10 p.m. UK time, where we talk about gaming that went on throughout the week, what's going on in your most recent news, and in general, just hanging out with a bunch of awesome people. This week, I have Phil from FyreUK. Yay! The top right!
Yeah.
High five, Phil!
There was much rejoicing.
High five, Phil! High five!
Wait.
No, you're the wrong way! I'm going the next. Ian from VerbalProcessing. He is the crazy haired man that made the awesome TV for the Minecraft Monday show. And does insane stuff. So, there you go. And Pedro is a busy, crazy man who has been doing a crazy amount of music videos for not only me, but also awesome members of the Minecraft community, including Ant Venom, and working with a lot of other cool people, but I'll let him tell you that if he wants to later. Yeah! Alright, guys. Here we go. Time for the Vox of Gaming. But you know what? There's only one way to start this. I'm sorry. Pedro?
Yes.
I think you know what I think you know what you need to do.
That's my cue, huh?
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
You didn't put that in the agenda. Alright.
There's no agenda. We don't plan for this.
For people that don't understand what's going on, are just like, what?
Yeah. You're
Alright.
not supposed to know what's going on. Hey everybody, dance! Yeah! He knows it! He knows it! Oh yeah, the Vox of Gaming! Real life epic SAX guy. Where else are you gonna get that? Besides the internet. Back to the main chorus. Yeah. Woo! Woo! And that is how you start a show. Oh, we lost Ian.
You lost me? No, I'm still here.
I was like, what the heck? He partied off the screen. Yeah.
I just partied over to the crack for a second. I'm back. It's fine. No problem.
No, my nose. No. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about some gaming, guys. Woo! You guys are crazy gamers as well, so nobody else better have on the show. But first off, this week I talked about Crysis 3. Finally have screenshots of this. Did any of you guys ever play the other Crysises?
Oh, you mean Crisis Rambo?
The other Crysis? Yeah.
Crysis?
Crysis.
This is when I found out my mom was abused. This is when I found out my mom was abusing corn liquor, right? The crisis.
No.
When she just dated me. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Yes, Crysis 3. Yes, I played. Yes, Crysis.
Get used to this. It's gonna be random.
So many questions.
So many.
Right, I played a bit of Crisis 1 and about half of Crisis 2.
Yeah.
I got bored halfway through Crisis 2, as weird as I used to say. I kind of felt like halfway through I was like, why am I playing this? What's going on? Like, I couldn't connect to the story, and I was like, oh, now there are aliens. Oh, now there's a bomb. Oh, now I'm with these guys again. Oh, now where did they go? Where am I What, there's bugs? What?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Here's some screenshots I put on the screen here. The lighting in it looks amazing, but there's a bunch of images that were posted recently. Bam, there you go. How sexy do those look?
Oh, we went all gray.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
there-
thing I noticed
Oh,
here.
did it?
If I'm just gonna put on my
big boy pants.
visual effects guy.
Oh
head
yeah,
here.
he does the visual stuff. Dang it.
It looks like there are like motes of light that are getting picked up by the volumetrics in these shots. You know, like there's these shafts of light coming through and we're actually seeing like particles suspended in the air, but it's not just throughout the environment. So that looks really, really cool to me.
Ah, okay, so it's good news. Okay, because you confused me halfway through that.
Yeah, I thought it was bad.
Like,
Yeah.
big
All right,
words.
so I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my super critical guy hat here and say, "Oh, it's amazing! Oh my god!
Yes.
Look at the cords on my neck. That's how awesome it is!"
I lost the image. Now I can't get rid of it. Now I'm turning everybody on and off. There it is. Okay.
Hide again. I need to hide again. I wasn't ready to see all of that.
All right. Nah.
I don't know. I mean, I like Crisis because it looks really, really nice. I just feel that sometimes it can lack in gameplay a little bit. But I don't know. I definitely, everybody I think reacted to like the original teaser for it as Rambo in Crisis.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, if you put like the two side by side, it was Rambo basically.
Yeah. I just hope it, like, the specs of it, like, require my computer to melt down and awesome, though, with how demanding it might be.
Yeah.
You know, not in, like, how much it's going to require, because, like, it's bad allocation of, you know, coding and horribly made, but just actually as in it requires you, like, to have an awesome computer for good graphics.
It comes with a drip tray.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Well, it
much.
depends. What's the target date for it? Because it's, I mean,
There
they're
is none yet.
It's this year, isn't it?
all right.
Oh, there
So,
is one.
because if it's this year, we're in trouble. Because
Yeah.
they're still sucking the console teat.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's a couple of years, maybe we got a chance. You know.
Maybe.
I want a
Maybe
new
I'll have
console.
chance.
There has been the
Next
360 and the PS3 are too old now.
I want the PC to be the new console. I want them to
Yeah.
just bring the technology together to make that completely viable. I don't think we. I mean, the
I don't think we
consoles are a
need
nice
another-
experience
yeah, I
because
don't
of
think
where
we
they're
need-
Well, I mean-
situated.
You can build a small powerful PC.
Yeah.
So it would have
Yeah.
the advantages of it being more like a console, so it would probably sell more. And you know, if you have the right gadgets and all the right technology inside under the hood, I think you can definitely put, you know, Xbox 360
Yeah.
and PS3 and give it a run for
for
its
sure.
money.
Oh yeah, you can rock the hardware.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
the issue. The issue is interface, and the issue is standardization. We need some major players to come together and say, all right, now everybody's going to kind of get under this umbrella for compatibility and for what you can say about your game and how it relates to the PC. And now we're going to get this OS or this interface together that makes it viable on a TV. Like, what is the name for Steam's
Well,
new
the
interface?
OU, you should see last week's OU. It's a Kickstarter for
yeah,
like
you
5
were
million. I already talked about it. But I don't want to talk about it again. But yeah, it's like $5 million it's at, and they only wanted $1 million. But yeah.
Basically, you just need to get a PC that idiots can understand. Because I mean, we don't mean to be
Yes.
too critical,
Well-
but that's why people sometimes go for like consoles for gaming rather than PCs.
Well, it's not
'cause,
all
like,
user-friendly
they're like, I don't
either.
want to set up the PC, or I don't know the specs to get stuff, so I'll just buy the console that's got it already. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
someone
it's
were
the
to make
install
like the
issues.
perfect PC, like the gaming PC that was compact and was easy to use,
Yeah.
you
The
know, they'll make a
challenge is-
fortune.
The challenge
somebody
still is
sets
going to
it-
be
yeah.
to keep it under a reasonable price.
And to
Definitely.
not have every company fighting to say, oh, I want Microsoft on that. No, I want Apple on that, or whatever, or Sony wants it, you know.
Yeah.
That's the
Um,
They're all
problem.
going to
I
want a
mean,
piece of cake.
because I mean, a PS3 is running what about $300-$400.
Nah,
a
cheaper
good
now,
a
yeah.
good graphics card that can run anything is already more than that for a PC.
Yeah.
So that creates a bit of an issue as far as pricing goes.
Yeah.
I do find it funny when I see like these new features for like the consoles. It's like, oh, you can now get a YouTube app. It's like I've had that on PC since
Yeah.
I don't know, YouTube came out. You know,
Wow.
so,
I hate these TVs that
You
are
can
getting all
browse
these
the
apps.
internet.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
get access
Oh,
to
yeah,
everybody's
default.
app.
only a
friggin'
small chunk.
crazy because what they smell is a monopoly.
The
They
money.
smell a situation where I can monopolize a marketplace. Yeah, you're not. We can sell I can sell exactly what I want. You can only buy it for the price that I want you to pay for it, and I'm only going to let the players I want on there to be on there. So they just smell these monopolies, and they're gonna. I hate to use the R word, but they're going to rape us.
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, we are.
Oh,
And on that note, I want to move on to the next one here, where we talk about. Have any of you guys played DayZ at all?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
easy. Yeah.
I played
Okay.
it. I
Run around
played just
the
enough
office
for
a
me
lot.
to.
I
to
still
know my
playing it because
understand.
we got a Fire server set up.
Oh,
and
did you?
It kept well, we had it, and then it kept getting reset like every 12 hours. So basically,
okay.
you would play for 4 hours, and then you get set back to like 8 hours ago, and it was like all your day's work was gone. All
Yeah.
F
Now-
this, you know.
now-
Then it got invaded by the VoxelBox, you guys.
Oh, did they?
Not fun anymore.
That's awesome. It's a
Calling you
Minecraft
out there,
rivalry.
guys.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it was cool. We pretty much invited them on, and
Epic
they've taken
conflicts.
The big thing though is that now because a lot of people are like, oh, DayZ, it's perfect. We love this hardcore survival. That all these game systems are like started like there's no game that's that hardcore like DayZ. You know, so
Yeah.
now people are realizing that where DayZ has its glitches, a lot of glitches, but people and game developers are starting to realize that, and now there's this new game called War Z Zombies, and it's an MMO. And it's all about being just as hardcore and stuff like that. So they realize that, and even Rocket, the DayZ creator, he he understands about this game too, and he's heard about it. But WarZ says, they saw that the community wants that niche of gaming, that survival hardcoreness, and they basically now want to automatically just like go right at its heart with this WarZ zombie movie MMO. So, would you play it? I don't know.
Can you?
I don't know.
Can you see playing it for any length of time? Oh, sorry, Pedro.
Oh, an MMO, yeah.
An MMO is just it's gonna be way too much going on. You've got enough to worry about, and then you're adding on the extra payload from all the other players trying to kill you. It just creates too large of an environment, I think.
Yeah.
I think the problem that might come out is that obviously with an MMO you always end up grinding stuff, so you're gonna have to make it so that you can. I mean, obviously at the start things are probably going to be either really easy or too easy, or you're going to have to make them so they're kind of average. But after that, it's going to be like, oh, zombies, don't care. Like even now in DayZ, like I find that you got to this point where you just run for a building and you lose all the zombies. Like people are going to find these holes, so there's no point in making the dedicated hardcore thing.
You're going to friggin' OD on zombies and bandits in that game, and it's going to take about 22 minutes to do so.
But then a year later,
what's the end game for this?
A year later, then they're going to do the same thing, hardcore survival, but then it's going to be vampires, and then it's going to be something else, and then it's going to do the same thing in the movie, and then it's going to be superheroes. It's going to be doing the same thing in the movie industry.
And then it's come full circle.
Yes, full circle. As it's
I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that more people are trying to make this experience, but I don't know. People don't know what they want, I don't think. They're going to try and advertise to make something for the mass, and it's just not going to be...
I like the hardcore aspect, and I kind of like that they're adding it to an MMO just because it weeds out the noobs who just want to troll and, run around and just act like idiots pretty much the entire time in gaming, or who like run raids but don't actually know what they're doing, and they're just button smashers.
Like taking the COD players out of DayZ, basically.
Kinda,
the ones that don't know how to play a tactical shooter.
I mean, I'm not dissing any of them because everybody has their own play style. I understand that, but it's like World of Warcraft. It's like there's so much derp in that game that you're just like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I have the derpometer aimed at World of Warcraft here. Unfortunately, it has busted the charts. I think that maybe there's a way they can present this game so that it doesn't burn itself out too quickly. Whether it's maybe if they could structure it. I hate to say it, but more social game style, where you kind of get in and there's some objectives for the day, but they don't give you the ability to sort of kind of burn through it all at once, or there's diminishing returns so that you're in there for a couple hours a day instead of people are I just can't imagine an MMO experience like this. It's blowing my mind.
Rather than
crazy it's going to be to pull it off.
I'm going to log on, do my skills, then log off again type thing.
Exactly.
Actually, you have to play the game.
Now the other thing, it's along the same lines as Company Heroes 2. I don't know if you guys played any of the other ones, but this new one coming out, they're adding kind of the same idea with a brutal weather system. So they're making it hardcore living in the weather. Like your units are going to start dying off now if they get too cold, or if they jump in water kind of thing, and hypothermia and all that stuff. So
I kind of like that. It
more games are doing it.
A more element into an RTS, because I find that you do find yourself judging some games like, oh well, if this was actually happening, these guys wouldn't be, they're in the Arctic, So that is a really cool system. I don't know if it'll be too overpowered or not. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to have this scenario where I'm like, hey, I'm going to go attack these guys. Oh, but wait, I'd have to go in a cold area. I lose some of my troops. I'm going to rethink this. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a matter of how layered it actually feels and how emergent. See, I'm for anything that increases the emergent potential of gameplay in any game. So, just this, is it going to be like a set of flags like, is cold, gun will stick this much greater percentage of the time, or is it going to be more subtle and more of a spectrum of changes where you kind of have to roll the dice because it's not possible to be 100% sure what to expect? We're going into a blizzard area. Can we take it? Is this like this? This is like the Enterprise flying into a nebula and using the decreased signal? Blah blah blah. What it is like? Is there going to be a strategic advantage that you can take advantage of, or is it just going to be like, oh, there's a blizzard. Let's all avoid that. I'll meet you on the other side, enemy. Huge potential. I think it just sounds really cool to me. No pun intended.
Boo! Boo!
Come on, don't be cold.
No, I definitely agree with that. As long as it's not too overpowered and not too you have to avoid all snow conditions now because you just die.
Now,
I don't know how the game works. So.
Now, I gotta get into this. How many of you guys are still playing Diablo? Any of you guys? Because I stopped.
I
like,
want to, but
I'm in hell, and I just stopped after that.
I think the thing that pisses me off the most, sorry, language there.
Doesn't matter. You're on the Vox
The
Gaming.
thing that annoys me is the fact that I sometimes do just want to play single player, and the fact that I don't have that, like, just really... I don't see why they couldn't have just done you can have an offline character that you earn nothing with, and you get... even if they, like, made it so that you don't earn as much loot or something.
It's because they don't like you.
You're so antisocial,
Blizzard
Phil.
sucks.
What the heck?
I think that Blizzard long ago stopped being a game studio with any implication of artistic effort and became a game factory. A very, very effective game factory that knows how to make games that do contain some strong, compelling elements. But I really don't... I think the people that are running the show over there do not give a one fat crap about their customers, apart from how to part their money from them, and this is evident throughout their behavior. StarCraft 2, which I am ashamed to say I recently purchased, it took me like 7 hours to download from their download service. I can get shit from Steam in 30, 40, 50 minutes on the same connection. Bigger games, and then it updates. It is a middle finger up my butt every time I interact with them, and I am frigging sick of it.
Well,
I'm so sick of it.
What blows me away is that they actually made that move to the real life auction house and people actually making money with it, and that's what blows me away. But well, I mean, it's like this is a video game. It's gonna have its loopholes and it's gonna have glitches. Every game has them. And if you think a game's perfect, well, you're wrong because there's glitches. You just don't know about them. Now, Diablo 3. It's a live game. It pings the server every time. Make sure nothing changed or people hacking and everything like that. So they recently found a bug where you're invincible. So it was the Warlock at first, and they hot patched it within 24 hours. And then after that, it became the Barbarian. And it's like you have these people who are making real life incomes. And now, that was only a matter of time. And I was saying it for months. I was like, dude, I'm waiting for who's going to be the first one, Who's going to be the first one to abuse it?
Oh, yeah.
Find that loophole.
You're going to get it, though. But I think the one thing that scares me about Diablo is the fact of how many articles I've read of people dying playing it.
Oh, it was only like one. It was like...
No, there's been like 8.
It was like the same
there was...
Korean place that the StarCraft guy died in too or something.
What was the internet cafe? There was an internet cafe that some guy got found in, and he was in there for like 48 hours in an internet cafe. That's a 24/7 internet cafe. But anyway, this guy came over, was just like, "Hey, dude, you okay?" And he just fell over dead, playing Diablo. I was just like,
he was so surprised that another person talked to him. He actually died at that moment.
Wow. Come on.
True story. That could be true.
So
there was another guy that got
come on, but that's just the media. People probably die playing games you never heard of all the time, and this because it's
who died playing Minecraft. No, see, Mojang pays to put him under the carpet, hide him.
Oh yeah. To have them ground into.
They paid to shut me up, not show that news.
Yeah.
So speaking of gaming addicts, how's that for a segue?
Ooh.
We have
who's died this week?
Yeah.
No.
We have Mech Warrior fans making actual Mech Warrior cockpits.
Oh yeah, this thing.
The images are so awesome. I gotta see if I can pull an image up here for you guys.
As in functioning fully,
keyboards. They actually have pull levers and fans.
Are we talking kids' cardboard?
I think there's
box,
a button that asks his mom to make him a sandwich.
Yes, an auto. Here, let me do a screen region here so everybody else can see it. But I want to know what game would you love to have an exact replica of? I don't know. I can't think of.
Well, a character or a setup? Because I can think of some sci-fi games I would love to have as my state.
EVE Online. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. And nerdy.
Which one?
I want the outside of my house to look like a Hulk 2. That's what I want. And just mine the houses around me. That's what I want.
Oh, look at that!
All the EVE fans.
Actually that looks beast.
And this is just one image. He has there's little pedals. Of course the joysticks.
I was gonna run this into the ground, but I'm really jealous of that now. That looks really cool.
No, it's totally awesome, and don't take me as being a cynic, but if that thing doesn't have automatic deodorant sprayers built in the ass of that chair, then there's gonna be an EPA problem there.
Where is it?
No, what you can't see is that it's actually the seat is a toilet. It's fully plumbed, functioning.
Yes, that would be
I have
awesome.
to ask, Does this guy like take requests, or like can you order him to make you something? Because that would be.
Yeah, here's
I want him to make
some
me like a
fans
boom
up top.
tiger to ride around in.
Boom tiger.
You know, like I could just see like a World of Warcraft player like on his very own custom sort of svelte tiger that kind of undulates as they ride across the landscape there.
It's gotta be a riding bike, like a workout bike or something. I did see a treadmill, a treadmill where you ran and that caused your character to go forward. And if you wanted to stop, you stopped and all that. The dude ran across the Barrens and it was like real time. You know how big that place is.
That's delightful.
It gives you a reason.
I did
to work
have this
out.
sort of like fancy when I was a kid of like the games would get to this point where you would basically go into like a gym hall and the floor would like move where like you walked around and stuff like that, and it was all like big screens or like a HUD or something around you. I still think they should make something like that.
That would be cool. Well,
I can't help but envision the treadmills going in reverse suddenly, and there's just a dude halfway through one of those screens with stars above his head, or a head injury.
Phil, you were just talking about, like, I don't know, a holodeck, maybe?
Maybe.
Segue? Do we have a segue? we have, these guys are contemplating a Kickstarter here, and they're doing a real-life holodeck, and you gotta watch the video. The video of this is ridiculous, because they used a Black Widow, and, what else did they use? They used some other, like, really just basic keyboard stuff, but they reenacted this trailer and how they would play it out if it was like a holodeck. And so they have these big goggles on, big gaudy looking goggles on and everything, and they really want to make this. So it's a university that came up with it. this image is ridiculous.
You know you're in trouble when a university's making stuff.
Yes, when they invest money. But the
it's when they say, hey, we need some people to
cameras-
test this, please come down.
Yeah.
By the way, can you sign this waiver? Oh good, we can take your blood now,
The amount of cameras that are around this room, though, like to pick up all your, it's just crazy. Like I can't imagine this actually happening.
Again, stuff like that would be cool, but the fact that the only good thing to come out of gaming, and I say good like with quotes, is Kinect. That's anywhere near this.
Yeah.
Come on, you're
not gonna have.
It's great that they're
around your
trying, but there's
house.
no way that they're gonna be able to get it into homes like in my lifetime.
The first thing I thought about this was headlines are funny because it said USC is making real-life holodeck, and I get a picture of two dudes that look like they're fashion-focused in somewhere in the mid-'70s,
Going like that.
but only
Pointing.
completely incidentally, and they've got a bunch of cameras mounted in the room on a checkered floor, and they're wearing goggles that look like they're designed to extract their eyeballs from their head through some sucking mechanism. I mean, there's nothing. Okay, the only thing remotely holodeck about this is that there's a lot of PVC tubing that looks kind of high technical. That's it. I mean, it's a cool concept. I hope they pull it off. But
I love how they're like running around. They're like, let's shoot 9 cannons.
Like, it's just gonna be like one of these things. Those like
Star Wars
cars
kid
that you
style
get.
video of this.
Yeah.
The cinema cars where like you go on a roller coaster and the car goes up, down, sideways, left to right, and that's what that is. I think just like without the actual movement, it's just you're being encouraged to actually run around yourself. I think.
Yeah.
But bless
don't
their
get me
little
wrong.
hearts for trying.
I love the ambition. I would love to see them get the Kickstarter just to see what they come out with, but I don't know. With the cheesy acting on that of wind, whee! Okay, I'll just destroy everything in my room for the sake of acting. It's cool.
No, you know
I
what?
love the actual thing in there. That looks like that would be a really cool DS game or something, or a Wii game.
Yeah, well,
actually.
it's the I forgot
Wii
what
game,
game
yeah.
this was. This was an older game, but yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, 'cause I like those.
Somebody
They're
in
cool.
chat was talking about because we are over on twitch.tv/BebopVox. One of the guys in chat were talking about, why aren't you talking about the Vita? I don't know. They don't have enough games out for it yet. But there was this one. If you guys know about Walking Dead, oh my god, I was watching my buddy Eric play it. The story of it is so gruesomely awesome, and you gotta make like such hard decisions.
Yeah,
It's coming to the iPhone. How crazy!
Yeah.
That is awesome. It is.
I did find myself getting overly engrossed into that and being. I think it was like without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
You're in like a car park and you have to you're stuck with these options of you basically have to make noise and potentially attract zombies and get maybe one of your guys killed. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I literally was just like, nope, done. Not doing any more for now. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna think about this decision and then I'll come back to the game.
The decisions you have
I
to
am
make are
with you.
awesome.
I have
I mean,
been
I
playing
loved
that
it.
on my live stream, and normally when I play games on my live, like people are like, "You should play Amnesia," and I'm like, "Guys, you want to see me get scared, but I'm not going to get scared because I'm going to be talking through the whole thing." But I'm playing the Walking Dead, and on the live stream, and because they give you a reason to get invested in the characters, they create characters that have depth and presence and goals that don't involve you. Yeah, and so you're playing the game, and you find yourself getting wrapped up in it, even though you're doing your commentary, you're doing your chit chat or whatever.
Yeah.
It is. I'm thinking it's going to be sweet on the iPad, and the only thing that bums me out is I won't play it on the iPad because I'm playing it on the live stream, so it's got to be in an office or something sitting at my desk.
It's like the first real mature game, I guess, like on that. I mean, because that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is.
Well, I have to
up
say it's a
there.
lot better than like Jurassic Park that they did recently. Or
I didn't
whatever.
see
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
I saw that.
I mean, they've come
they
a long way,
learned a
but
lot
they've
of
come a good.
lessons. Yeah, Jurassic Park, I didn't play it, but my understanding was there was a lot of sort of arbitrary mechanics, arbitrary interactions with the game world, and they seem to have refined those interactions to things that are meaningful within The Walking Dead. But something I love, this doesn't spoil anything, but I think this is like probably one of the most compelling mechanics of the game is when there is a moment of action or excitement, it will give you like a target that you need to find on the screen to click on. Usually it makes your mouse kind of shaky and it kind of deliberately inhibits your ability to click on it a little bit, and you get a little frantic when you're trying to click on that spot and get to it. It really gets you pumped up. It's awesome.
Speaking of which, what games have you been playing, Pedro?
You know,
You've been so busy with music.
God, man. Well, most of the time I play TF2. Obviously play a lot of Minecraft. I just finished getting my server up and running, and just got DDoS this week because of the Boom Yada video. So yeah.
Happy face.
I love getting tweets. Hey, your server's been destroyed. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
It's like, hey, you're so popular, everything's burning.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot into the Skyward Sword just because it's such a long saga of a game, you know. So I don't really. I'm saving up to get a better PC so that I can play other games like Battlefield and other graphic-intensive games. But music right now is my life, so I try to play when I can in between breaks and things like that.
Okay. Man, I still gotta play that. So the next topic I talked about on the Vox of Gaming was because the podcast is pretty much talk about some of the stuff that was going on during the week, because the Vox of Gaming show is from Tuesday to Friday. One of the other things was that IGN found was the Mirror's Edge game and the Spider-Man trailer of 2012 sync up perfectly. You want to talk about people that ripped off an idea?
Oh wow!
To be fair, I really
I'm
like
gonna play it in the
SAX.
background. I'm gonna play it in the background while we talk about it. But like, when I saw that trailer, I was like, this seems so familiar, but I can't pin it. I don't know what it is. And then they found it. I was like, oh my god, brilliant! You guys called them out. Here we go. I'm gonna hit play.
I have to admit, the first time I watched Mirror's Edge, though, I did think it was slightly more Spider-Man-y, so I kind of like how it's come full circle now, and like they've actually used Mirror's Edge,
But this one was how old is Mirror's Edge? It's like
I thought they would get away.
Well, maybe they were thinking that it was so old
game.
that no one would remember.
No, here's what it is when you make content like this, especially when you've got to you've got to make an action sequence that involves buildings, rooftops, and spectacular jumps, that sort of thing. I mean, it may not seem like it, but it's kind of hard to come up with new and exciting ways to show those things. And sometimes, whether you realize it or not, these images seep into your subconsciousness. I make trailers for Paradox Interactive right now, and I watch dozens of other people's trailers all the time, looking for inspiration or things to pay homage to. And sometimes you're doing this stuff and you don't even realize
it. Yeah. I can understand that because
Yeah, I agree with that, but an exact likeness?
It's not exact.
It's almost shot for shot.
Scenes. But there are some extremely similar scenes where it's hard to believe that they weren't directly inspired
Especially
by.
the very end. The very end where they jump at... It's coming up. Very end, jumps at the camera. Boom. It's like, what? Yeah. Reflection in the
You have to
mirror.
kind of feel like that if it was actually a coincidence, like the guy that made it must just be sitting there going, how did I not see this? Just like absolutely kicking himself in the nuts, just like, I swear it was a coincidence. But I think that, it is a bit kind of meh, but Mirror's Edge is an awesome game, I think.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take some like action shots, then Mirror's Edge had some of the good free running in it to do it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they
I
just
still haven't
saw
seen
a
Spider-Man
great
yet,
piece of
though,
source
I haven't
material, and
either.
they said we want to pay some tribute to this.
I
I depend if Spider-Man actually is carrying a package, like at that point, and then Spidey
delivering
senses
pizzas.
little go,
Here's
yeah,
your
little
pizza,
moped,
sir.
little moped.
He's delivering pizzas.
That's Spider-Man's rough time. He actually works for a pizza company.
The economy has hit Spider-Man too.
Oh, good old Toby.
Delivery anywhere in 30 minutes.
Good old Toby.
But if it's got that web junk on it, they don't give you your money back. That's considered.
He'll be like, that's not spider.
No.
That's not spider webs.
No.
That's spider baby batter.
No. No. And on that note,
It's like, where are you gonna
spider
segue with
flavor.
that? Baby Spidey juice.
segue? Sure. We did bring up Blizzard, and I could have segued into that. Fail, good segue. Was none of you guys are playing WoW right now, are you?
I am
Are ya?
sub to it, but I rarely. I'm kind of like a casual. I jump on every now and again, and I like start a new character
Okay.
play for a day, and then I'll just won't touch it again. But
Well, this is why I bring it up, because the built-up hype Mist of Pandaria is coming out in 2 months, so they have a release date now. Good God.
Yeah.
Pandas.
did any of you play the beta actually for that?
No, I
Anyone
didn't.
else?
I saw
Yeah.
videos though, because
No.
Galaxy were playing a ton of it.
Oh yeah, they played them. I mean, having played it, I did feel quite cool when I managed to get into the beta and I jumped in, and there were literally 1,000 pandas running around. Like that was pretty funny, but I kind of felt that it was a comedy expansion rather than anything else. Like, yeah, there was some nice new elements coming in, but you know, there was just too many kind of. It's not like it was meant for hardcore gamers anymore. It was supposed to be like, hey kids, guess what? Pandas, cute and cuddly, and
Did it feel like a Saturday morning
Trying to feel
cartoon?
that.
I don't know if they have those in the UK, but
In the
you know what I
UK.
mean? Like it was
Yes,
just
we
designed
do.
to sort
we
of
have CBBS.
CBBS, I've never heard of that.
CBBS.
There's the BBC, and then there's CBBC,
yeah.
which is children's BBC, and then there's
Ah.
CBBS, it's like for the little ones that keep crapping everywhere and puking over everyone. So.
That's the
So-
age, the crapping
So you
age.
feel like it's kind of like targeted at young kids?
Yeah,
or you think they're kind of trying to
I
reach
think
out
it's
to the
targeted
next
at the younger generation
or-
gaming, because I think that like obviously
Just look,
if
they have a
you're-
little bulldog here. Of course it's aimed at little kids.
Yeah, like
Flying
if
Griffin and a
you're
little
if you've been around
bulldog.
long enough to play the early WoWs and stuff like that, I think you're gonna get Mr. Pandaria anyway. So I think what they tried to do with this one was they tried to aim at, I guess, younger gamers that are just coming into the stage where they're gonna start playing MMOs. So I guess no. I think that's what Blizzard did. I mean, and a lot. Maybe a
So
lot
once
of
again,
diehard
they're
WoW
making
fans think
choices which are, I guess it behooves them to expand their player base. But on the other hand, how is this for existing players? And by the way, it's $40 at minimum.
This is the
a
deluxe
$40
edition. This
expansion.
is a deluxe edition.
That's an
No, the deluxe edition is
expensive.
$60.
Is
The
it?
digital deluxe edition is a $60
Wow.
expansion to this
I see.
mofo.
The thing is, people
And
are
then-
going to pay that though. I mean, if you look at the price of like mounts, there's like $15 for a flying
no.
golden stupid dragon.
Yeah, you know, people will pay it, and I guess I don't know if I'm prepared to discuss the issues there.
The game- Like
I
I,
will
hate it
say-
when I'm like a new character and I'll like come around and then I'll finally get access to the mailbox and like mounts and stuff and I'm like, oh hey, I got a regular horse, and then someone's like, oh yeah, well I got a massive flying golden dragon, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, look at me, I spent money on this. Like, I'm like
Look at your horse. Now back to me.
literally, it turns into an
Now
old
back to
spice
you.
effort.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now, it's comparing with the horse. now, stop looking at the horse. No, seriously.
No, look
Look
at
at me
me.
again. No, come back over here, baby. I swear,
my-
I got something for you.
Look at my dragon.
Now look at my huge lizard.
And on that note,
And on
I
I
want to
think
feel a little bit positive. I
Sorry,
just want to
did anyone
say,
else-
I actually think the concept of Mist of Pandaria, whoever it's targeted to, whatever the gameplay is, I love that world.
I'm
And I would
putting
love-
I'm putting my money on it now. Next one is gonna be cat ladies. That's the next class.
I don't think they should do another one. I think they really should.
make
Just kill it off. They're not. They can't.
I think they should have
too
done that
much
with
money.
Cataclysm, to be honest. I mean, yes, Panteria
they
is
have-
nice, but like Cataclysm seemed like a big finish to everything. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought
my
it was.
impression, I guess. But
The speaking of Blizzard and all that stuff, we're going to Gamescom. Phil's going to Gamescom. FyreUK.
I think I'm going to
is-
Gamescom.
is-
I'm not sure. We need to wait for our application to come back at you.
We're good. We're good. We got.
We'll
it.
be.
got
Either
it.
way, we'll probably.
We can
turn.
still walk around the floor even if we don't get the media pass.
I'll just be outside, like in the window, going.
Let me in.
He'll be like
Man.
Ralphie at the beginning of a Christmas
He'll
story.
be like an adopted child,
Rather
an
be.
orphan.
Please, give me some game interviews.
Let me in. well, Blizzard owns like a whole building of that, and Yogscast
Really?
will be going as well because they're big, Blizzard WoW fans and all that, and yeah, they have like tournaments and everything else. And the big thing they're releasing this year, I talked about it last time, was the StarCraft 2, the Zerg campaign mode they're going to be releasing. So that's coming out. But yeah, so we're going to be seeing that. Somebody in the chat was saying. Talk about what you are expected to see at Gamescom, and I heard that they're going to drop some big bomb apparently with platform information. So we may be hearing something new that they didn't talk about at E3. So that'll be interesting.
Well, there's been scuttlebutt about Diablo 3 on consoles, right?
I love scuttlebutt. Really? No. Well, that was a long time ago.
I
Long.
thought that was more of a Navy thing.
Scuttlebutt. I think it is. I don't know. I'm Air Force.
It would
I
make.
don't know.
I mean, everyone's like pointed out they could easily port Diablo onto a console.
Yeah.
But if they were to
limited
do
controls,
that,
yeah.
then would they still do the online only option? Would it finally go single player? Because I would love to have Diablo 3 like on a 4-way split screen on a console. That would be pretty cool. But would I have to be online to do that? Could I not just do that? With a pizza and a couple of beers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Not if they have their way.
Obviously, I think if you're, the other problem that's going to happen is probably going to be that the Xbox console won't connect to the same servers that the PC are connected to.
yeah.
No, not a chance.
No.
So that'll create a lot of separation between the community. And
Maybe they had the intent of doing a console release, and the scandal over Error 37 scared their partners off.
Good old
like,
Error 37.
Yes. Oh, during beta, that was so much fun. Somebody else was talking about they think Blizzard might drop the Titan news bomb. I honestly don't think there's gonna be anything about that Titan.
I do think
That's
that
a big
Blizzard need to
rumor.
find a new sales ship to put out.
A new.
Yeah, I mean,
new
they've got
theme,
Pandora,
yeah.
they've got, but everything's sort of like coming to its end. Like everyone's kind of getting tired.
Yeah.
Now. They need something new to keep.
They keep falling
if
back
it's
on
not
everything
as
that's safe. So.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's a great point, Phil. Great point. They're really in danger of becoming irrelevant if they don't. And I don't know. Do you think that they have the creative chutzpah, the wherewithal to bring something special
I don't know
to
if they
market
do.
again?
I think they've probably been sitting and like
I
thinking
love
about
his
it.
words, man. Chutzpah.
I think
Yeah, you're beating me on my vocabulary here.
they might. You're being
Words.
the English. You're being the English there. I think the biggest problem is they might be afraid to fail. They've been so
Yeah,
successful.
without a doubt. Yeah.
They just don't know if whatever they put out, if it gets rejected, they just don't know if it's not only gonna it's gonna not only affect the game that is being released, but it might affect the other things they have out too.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
afraid.
so
failed
used to being this
some-
juggernaut that makes its own rules,
Well.
like, hey, you want a single player experience? Suck our online
what we
only
want,
Pretty
experience.
much.
Online only. Yeah, somebody's saying Titans of StarCraft MMO they were talking about. Man, I haven't heard about it for like a
It's not.
year. No, it's
I
not.
don't think it's unless they've adapted it. It's original
I
IP.
don't-
In fact,
You
I
know what
talked
I
to
really
the guy
want?
out from whose department that information leaked when
Yeah.
it first leaked the other day.
Oh yeah.
So the guy that was like the team that was fired. So there's no.
Yeah,
longer-
so you guys know Verbal Processing. He's like big into like the gaming and helping make trailers for him and pretty much the know-how. Well, you just went to Sweden for
yeah,
another
I'm
game
in Sweden
too.
right now.
Oh, you're still in there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm here on and off.
Yeah, 'cause I-
throughout 2012.
If you guys don't know, if you look at the E3 videos, I think I got you in the 100K video on there. I ran into him at E3 as well because I'd known him for quite a while, and we met up. We actually met up at E3, which was I didn't think that would happen. So like you and me are flying across the world for different stuff, and it was like crazy that we just bam, there you go. It worked out somehow.
Hey, that's the only way to meet up with people.
Yeah,
in
it really is,
countries
like-
in which neither of you reside.
Yes, you can't plan. Gee,
No,
you don't
it's
plan
gotta
things
make it
nowadays.
happen.
Yeah.
That was when I was begging you to follow me on Twitter so I could send you a damn direct message.
And I still didn't, and we still met up. So there you go. Actually, funny story. Note to self: whenever, especially if you go to Minecon like France, change out your SIM card. Even though I thought that it automatically switched over and I wasn't on roaming. The whole time I thought I wasn't. So I have what's O2. It's a German company and all this stuff. I flew to E3. You guys know this. And I did 14 videos while there, interviews, all this great stuff. Meanwhile, the whole time using my smartphone that was still on this O2 network in Germany. Yeah.
Oh, well, we get O2
you guys
in
already,
the UK
you guys
as well.
already
I
put
imagine-
that bill.
You guys already
I'm
put
not
your
actually
head
too bad with
down.
that. Do you not phone them up? Because when I went to Canada, I phoned them up to say beforehand, hey, I'm going out of the country. And they're like, okay, sure, we'll disable roaming and stuff for you. So I actually had O2 disabled.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, but if you don't call it in, you'll be jumping on that network. and
But
it'll,
they didn't
that's
show
like
roaming. They
20
showed it
bucks
turned
a
off.
meg.
So
They showed it turned off? What?
yeah, they showed it turned off. So I didn't even know I was on roaming, but apparently I was. And I was even still trying to use Wi-Fi every moment I could. Anyway, point of this story, €700 bill. 700. Just so you guys know, I'm not rolling in money. That hurt me.
Oh,
Just so you know.
You couldn't even pay
No.
that off with the Tricky Dick Fun bill.
That was insane. Insane.
Wow.
So I
Yeah,
came back.
that
I was
sucks.
like, basically, I came back and I got a bill, and it was like my normal €20 bill for my phone. And I came in and I paid it. And while I was there, somebody else was buying an iPhone. So I thought, like a month later, I saw this big bill. I was like, did you accidentally buy an iPhone with my debit card? What did you do? And I walked in there. I was like there for an hour. I was like, there is no way. I thought they bought like 1 or 2 iPhones with my card. I was
It's like, hey,
dear
you want to wait? We're just
God.
gonna buy everything.
It was insane. So I did like a live stream the day like before, and a bunch of people donated and stuff. So let me tell you, thank you to the people that donated. That
Holy
helped
crap.
me so much.
wow.
Woo.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's
Any
hard,
country,
man.
any country you go to, you don't even.
I normally
don't even
switch
think
out the
about
SIM
it.
card when I arrive.
Yeah.
Like Minecon last year, switch out the SIM card. E3 last year, and all that stuff. But I thought I was safe. I thought it was anyway. I learned my lesson.
Even with all of the data disabled and just making voice calls when absolutely necessary and a few text messages. Last time I was in Sweden with an American SIM card,
Yeah.
$350 when I got home, is what I paid. Just the dollar a minute here, and I gotta call somebody, whatever it is. Oh, it just adds up so
Yeah.
fucking fast.
Yeah, just get yourself an unlocked phone, and wherever you go,
Yeah.
just go ahead and as soon as you get off the airport, just get a prepaid card and.
Somebody paid
Milk it out.
$1,300. Jax, Jade, I know you donate. She's like, you're welcome, you idiot. I was like, yeah.
Wait, did you say you wrote it? Did it not come up when you got off the plane? Because I remember mine does when I
It wasn't
tried.
showing as roaming. Yeah, it just switched.
It just comes
whatever,
saying,
yeah.
hey, by the way, you're in another country. Just to let you know, you're covered.
Yeah.
It's just like good guy O2, just to let you know,
Good guy O2,
you're back.
yeah.
Buddy,
Yeah, right.
We got
Did
your
they
back.
mail you some kind of barbed suppository to go with that $700 bill? Did you
No
actually have to
lube.
insert that,
No
or is there a
lube
discount?
on that. Jesus. It's like I was back at
Oh,
work
man.
again. Good God. So anyway, let's get back on the track here. We're talking about more about
Yeah.
gaming. There's a Half-Life 2 mod that came out. Half-Life 2, dear God, been out forever. Well, the entire time there's been these sub-hidden files, and you couldn't access them or anything else. Well, there's this guy that went into it, did a bit of coding, did a bit of modding, and he pieced them together and actually made a mod where you can see them. And it's basically gaming footage or gaming like cutscenes, parts of the story, things that were cut out that they didn't want. They didn't feel like it fit and everything else. And now you can view it. So now it's like Half-Life 3, like parts you never saw, like just something to hold you over until the game that will never be made happens.
I thought that you were going to go down the line of like there were actually pieces of the puzzle, and then as soon as somebody found them, Valve were like, "Yes, it's been found."
It
Now we'll make
unlocked Half-Life 3.
Like
Oh,
we
God,
weren't
how
going to make
awesome.
it until somebody found the hidden code. Like,
That's the new meme then. It would be like douchebag Valve says like, yeah, they finally found it. Oh God, how
we were only
going to
give you Half-Life if you managed to find it. If you were worthy of Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
They should have put then the Alan meme. Alan finish Half-Life 3 over these screenshots there. What was it, Alan? Andrew? Does nobody
I don't
know
know what
I'm
you're talking about.
Oh, there's this meme where it's like a screenshot and it's a description, like maybe it was Oblivion or something like that, and it's like, Alan, add some flavor text here, something like that. That's the original. And then there's been this series of images of games where things are missing or screwed up, and it's like, Alan, put a head on this guy. Alan, do this. Alan, do that. Okay, so I
You're
guess,
so old. You're so old.
This is like last week. I don't know.
So you bring your age card in.
Yeah. Pretty soon you're gonna be playing the race card on me, and I'm just not gonna tolerate that.
What are you, like Irish or something?
I'm like a quarter Swedish and I don't know, English and American.
So
American.
while you've been in Sweden, have you ran Mojang? You ran them on the train or something, didn't you? Like Jeff.
I tackled Jens at an Indian restaurant and got a picture with him and said hi. And I had lunch with Lydia a couple weeks ago, and I think I'm going to see her again this next week. She's actually going to help me with a short film that I'm shooting in a couple weekends.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
We're gonna be having some fun.
There you
Hanging
go.
with the big wigs.
You're gonna meet up with Vu. Vu, he's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet Vu. I'm
Dude,
really
he's-
looking forward to it.
You talking about film and everything with him, he's a beast.
Yeah.
The gear he has is insane. It is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be like taking out my 6DD. I'm like, hey, is this okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Vu?
He's like, oh, check out this red
Excuse my
camera.
What, does he have a red?
I
Is that
don't
what
know.
you said?
I don't think he does. If anything, it's rented, but he doesn't. I don't think he does. It's like a $50,000 camera.
Good gravy.
I've just been
I'm
asked
really
a
looking forward
question
to
in
meeting
chat, Bebop. This
one was
is going to be aimed at you, Mr. Press, sir.
Oh,
did you hear about the Dishonored pre-order retail scandal?
No, Dishonored pre-order retail scandal.
I don't know what happened with
Yes.
No.
What is
No.
this?
Tell us, Pedro.
that. What is this?
No, I'm not saying because I've heard something about it, but I can't.
Okay, Cookie
remember
Wizard
exactly.
Gamer, please tell us your secrets.
Ah.
I'm gonna wait for you now. We're gonna hold off the
Yeah.
stream. And we're just gonna wait for
That's
you to
nice.
reply.
You guys talking in chat too?
All right.
Yeah, it's weird. It's games. It's plural and then it's con. It's so. I don't
Is it
know.
con or com?
I think it's com.
You told me it was.
Com.
You told me it was comms.
It's
Com.
What? No,
It's
no.
com.
The first
Terminal
part's
M.
plural, but it's all one word. Extra confusing.
All
Once
right,
we debate
what
English,
is
we'll wait for the reply on
scandals?
this.
Yes, we'll wait for the reply. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk about Orcs Must Die. I'm uploading this on Sunday, the Vox of Gaming podcast. The Orcs Must Die will then come out in one day. So if you're watching this after, it's already out. But download it, buy it. You will love it. It is an absolute brilliant game. Last year it got Game of the Year. It's 10% off on Steam, and it's not even out yet. Just because of that awesome.
The
But
pre-order stuff, the
Woo.
pre-purchase.
if you love defense games, oh my god. It's such
one is-
a great theme.
There's co-op.
Yeah,
now.
it's co-op. That's the best
Yeah.
part because I'm not ruining really anything because the first part you play this dude that fights this chick, and then the chick you become the co-op later in number 2. So it's only 2-player co-op, so it's not even 4 or anything. But
Ah,
download it.
Well, it's just a nice little intimate cooperative experience.
Oh yay! Yeah, play it together. Yay! Yeah.
No, I do like. I think it was TV was saying
Bebop,
last year,
uncomfortable.
like when it came to Orcs Must Die and like Dungeon Defenders, because they came out like the same time. If you wanted the multiplayer, if you wanted to play with friends, go for Dungeon Defenders. If you just wanted to
Oh,
play by
yeah.
yourself, go for Orcs Must Die, because they're both really good games.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
But having played, I got like Orcs Must Die one like on a sale last year, and it's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just so ridiculous. but
All the characters, like it's such a perfect theme. Like everything
Yeah.
blends together of the theme. Like nothing's overdone. Everything's nice and cartoony. Has a good feel to it. Comical. Yeah, it doesn't take itself seriously. And if you love defense games, like you set up different traps, so much fun. You're going to enjoy it. Easy. I think it's only like $10 or something. Like
yeah, the
14.
fact that it's so cheap and you're getting such a fun game.
It is. I've spent so
Steal
many
it.
hours. The first time I played, I actually live streamed it, and I played for like 15 hours straight. I think. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
insane.
It's when people have a good game, they're not really too concerned about trying to make their living off of one sale, which is what I'm thinking. You know,
Yeah.
you're talking about Orcs Must Die 2, and then you're talking about that, that update, Pandaria update for $40.
Oh
is it?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, and
minimum.
for an expansion.
That's
And then,
you know what
and then you're getting Orcs, for $10. I think it might be less than that. Last time I checked, I think it was less. But you just
maybe.
look at both of them, and it's like, why? You know?
Yeah. That's a really interesting thing, like about business models. Like me and Eric were talking about it the other day, talking about operating systems. You have Apple, who charges for whatever new cat version operating system for $20. You can buy it, straight up buy it brand new, not an upgrade. But Windows, though, you pay still 120 something for like Windows X, Windows 7
Minimum.
Professional, and
Yeah.
that's minimum. That's like home version, and it's like why? What
I
is?
still love how they're pushing Internet Explorer. Like there's
Oh,
still
yeah.
adverts for that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
why
lol.
are you? Just get
Yeah,
back.
let's
the
let's
feeling
a
they're
program
kinda
that takes me
stuck.
10 minutes to get on the internet. Yeah.
You know, I get the feeling like their model has been built around like we have the biggest OS in the world, so F everybody else, you're going to pay.
Yeah.
And, and Apple is sort of sticking it to them now. They can't. I mean, I can't think of a way that Microsoft could suddenly start selling Windows for $20.
Well, I know a lot of people that have that were like diehard, like I'm not gonna touch a Mac type people, and having got Windows 8, they're like, yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'm actually gonna go down to a Mac system because it's just a lot cleaner and a lot nicer, I guess. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna stick up for. I use both, so I can't really, dodge.
Yeah, me too.
I can see a lot why people are like, well, Apple are actually releasing a bit more, and they're actually more updates and stuff rather than Windows kind of releasing crap. All the time.
Oh God, Windows 8, just stay away. What was that release
Yeah.
date? I forgot. Oh, it's coming out. I think I talked about it last week, so ignore it.
Isn't
But,
it like every other thing with Windows? Because like XP was good, and then
Yeah,
Vista
we talked about
crap,
that a bit
and then
last
Zen-
week.
What
did
is
you-
the operating system for professional that wants to get shit done?
Yeah.
Is there an operating system
What
for us
can
anymore?
I get to be productive?
Yeah, because
and
that's
make
all I
myself
really
work?
give a crap about.
Yeah.
No such thing.
No
No such
kidding.
thing.
If you're into tech, technology hates you. Technology will try and kill you at every step. It's
Oh.
like, oh hey, you want to do something today? Nah.
I could do 10
not
minutes
work.
of rage on the changeover from Final Cut to 7 to Final Cut X. And I don't even use Final Cut. I'm just pissed about it talking to editor friends that do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
When I
it's
first
not my
started
show.
when I first started doing my videos, I found Final Cut was better than anything else I had, and then as I talked more with Verida, he was like, "Dude, you got to get Vegas." And I was like, "But I have Final Cut. Man. This is like this industry standard, as far as like movie making and things like that." And he's like, "No, just give me 30 minutes of me showing you how to use Vegas."
Oh man,
And you'll
I
see.
love Vegas. I've been
And that
using
was-
Vegas for 12 years now, and
I use Premiere now, but
I started
mean,
using Adobe Premiere and all Adobe products, but I'm slowly using each one, just becoming efficient at each one. But man, I don't know.
For me,
I
Final
don't do
Cut is
anything
like
detailed.
iMovie Plus. It's like
Yeah.
it's basically iMovie with extra stuff. I mean, there's not much else there.
Yeah.
iMovie.
and unfortunately, there's not anywhere near as many features as there are on Premiere or Vegas when you compare it to Final Cut. Final Cuts is just it's like it's glorified, but it's not on steroids. It's just
What is the latest version of Vegas, out of interest?
It's 11.
11.
It's 11, yeah.
I'm on 9 at the moment, so I need
okay.
to
Yeah, I'm on
need to
10 right now.
update.
It's funny now. I've talked about this sometimes, forever I think, but I'm all about downloading stuff to get stuff done. If you can't afford something, to be creative, download it illegally and pay for it when you can. That's what I say. So
illegal.
So
Sorry.
what happened was, I've been using, like I said, I've been editing with Vegas for like 12 years, and it's only in the last 2 years I actually paid for it. And it's like, yeah, I know I'm going to pay for it eventually, but if you're going to make a good program, like, some people are going to pay for it if they want to go legit. But don't charge like $1,000 for a program and expect everybody to,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, get some kind of good trial version that everybody can use, the majority can use. Otherwise they're going to pirate it anyway. So at least work with them or something.
Yeah, I mean, imagine how much they invest in trying to protect their software from piracy, and I just can't imagine it has any significant effect.
There's no way, and
No.
it doesn't help in marketing, that's for sure. So if you make a version of it for free that people can upgrade to, then it's going to be distributed to the masses, a good product, and that's what they should be focusing on.
The thing where you have, 1 million educated users rather than 15,000 educated users in 5 years because you made a great product and you made it accessible. Yeah, that model works.
Yeah.
People coming into jobs saying, "Ooh, I use this thing that I pirated for the last 10 years, but I'm really friggin' great at it." And they're like, "All right, we'll get you a copy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
I just had to say our scandal person has come back to us finally.
Do explain.
Apparently, Bethesda have made a deal with different retail stores so that each store gets an exclusive DLC that can't be bought anywhere else. That, to me, sounds like Mass Effect all over again.
It does, but usually it's items. Like Assassin's
I'll tell you
Creed,
what that's
I know
gonna
is
be.
doing something.
But the thing is, obviously, what is it? Dishonored is a new LP, so there's not going to be any die-hard fans yet. I mean, obviously, there's going to be people excited for the game, but with the model with Mass Effect, everybody's like, if you're a die-hard Mass Effect fan, I know I was. Well, I am actually. I wanted to get all the little nitty-picky things. I was just like, I want to have all the collectible things because I don't want to feel left out. Or like gamers feel like, oh, there's all these items that they're just giving away, but I'm only going to get one of them. That means I'm going to be at a disadvantage if I go to this store, not that store. So
Speaking of which, I'm going to bring up because we have about 5 minutes left. We'll probably go over anyway, but I'll bring this one up. Assassin's Creed 3, perfect time to bring it up. Is that they're trying to do a season pass for it now. You know, much like Saints Row. I talked about it this week, and where you pay one price and you get all the DLCs that ever come out. Of course, you don't know how many DLCs are coming out, so it's kind of an investment. Or if you want them. But for me, Assassin's Creed, I know I'm going to want them all. It doesn't matter. So,
well, I did that for Gears 3, so I can't really talk. So, because I knew I was going to get all the Gears stuff because I had like the single player expansion and the multiplayer and all that stuff. I was like, I'm going to be getting them anyway because I love Gears. So, yeah, I might as well get the pass and get it cheaper. You know, it makes sense if you know that you love the game and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know how many people really jump onto it.
I kind of like to retain the ability to uselessly vote with my dollars if along the way they start dropping stuff that's real piles of crap. I mean, this is just me. This is just the hippie in me. It's like, even if I really love the franchise, I got this thing with the season pass where I feel like it's a season pass to stick it in my butt. If you feel like it, because down the line, if they start releasing crap, or it's like, oh, we gave you the golden boxing gloves and you could masturbate furiously with them, and I'm like, wow, this is an insult to me, but stick it in because I already paid for it.
I paid for it.
Yeah,
I'm good.
So I feel like I'm kind of selling my liberty away.
Yes, I fully agree with that.
I did the same thing with Saints Row. Saints Row 3, I got the season pass, but I feel like it was kind of a waste of money. I could have spent that on like.
They came out with like 20,000 DLCs. Oh my god!
I think like you end up stopping. You view the DLC slightly less, like because you've made the decision. Right, I am gonna buy that one. Whereas a season pass, as you said, it's I'm just getting it anyway. You know, I mean that's. I did that for WoW. I'll say that because I knew I was going to be casually playing. So I thought, oh hey, 12 months. Yeah, I'll still be playing that down the line. Oh, I get a free copy of Diablo. Hell, sure. But now when I got to Diablo, I was like. You know what? I didn't actually pay for this, so yeah, it's a ton of crap. I don't really care. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is an okay attitude, but probably, do you really want to encourage gamers to do that?
Yeah.
Well, they do.
Just trying to get that money.
People, they collect checks, hammer checks, but. Thank God for indie.
Devs have got to eat. Oh yeah. Indies all the way.
Twiltarcorn brought up.
Twilight Archon.
Is that it?
Twilight Archon, yeah, he's my homie.
Oh, there you go. Well, he brought up Skyrim Season Pass, which is interesting because there's a big rumor going around that the new one was coming out on PC. It's already on the platforms, but
Dawnguard?
Yeah, Dawnguard. And they were like, we never had a release date. Why does everybody think it's coming out yesterday? People thought it was coming out yesterday, and never did. So will it ever? That would be. I don't know, season pass for Skyrim?
It doesn't seem like a good fit for their model, which is big, bulky expansions and not little, grab baggy tiddlywinks.
Hey, look, it's a map pack for a map that you've already played.
Yeah, but 5 more missions. Get them.
It's like, hey, did you play Call of Duty 4? Do you still have Call of Duty 4? Well, get these maps for Call of Duty 4. Whatever. It's like, why?
You should have acted sooner. The DLC's already here.
Yes.
I do get a little annoyed at different times releases, like on ports and stuff. Because I have to admit, there are probably people out there that want to play the PC version, but have gone and bought the console version just to get Dawnguard.
Territory, shite, all of that nonsense. Can we get Anonymous off of
You guys get like Borderlands early or something like that, don't you? Or something like that. You guys get like games earlier than us, and we get like all the crappy games earlier than you. It's like we get like Grandma's Babysitter 5 or something.
Hey,
like
what do you know?
You guys get like awesome big AAA.
It happens with movies too. What a coincidence.
It's like, come on, you're on the internet. There is no region real thing. We're all on. We are the internet. This is our country.
They're still regional lawyers.
Yeah, we're gonna go over the hour here. I want to talk about piracy because that got brought up. We're talking about gaming. We're talking about gaming and movies and all this stuff. I want to know what your guys' stance are on piracy. Each one of you. Mine. It's funny because I feel though if you make it accessible, people will pay for it. Example, UK just got Netflix. People were pirating like crazy and all that stuff. Before that, now they got Netflix and it all went down. you know, and then it's like, I'm here in Germany, I can't get movies on anything. I can hardly even get music because of their GEMA rules or whatever. And they shut, like, you go on YouTube and you want to hear an artist, that you can't even stream it. It's so restricted. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And
I can't get anything in Sweden. No Netflix, no Hulu, no nothing.
What's up with that? So it's like, if you make it accessible, people will pay for it. So if you want to stop piracy, then invest money in making it available. Don't start cracking down on laws and everything else. It doesn't make
affordable.
sense. Yeah.
Or even laws that don't work as well. Like, that's the thing that gets me.
They took a look at the models that fit what the consumer wants now, though, and they say, F this. If we can avoid this in any way, shape, or form, I mean, this is the old guard. We absolutely will, because what it means is a divestment of control. It means getting in, you know, it means basically letting the content be used the way the consumer wants to use it more and more, because the technology is not in a position to restrict the consumer's behavior, and what they want is to be able to charge you for every way, shape, or form you want to access that content. Oh, you bought the movie? Guess what? Now you need to buy the soundtrack separate. I mean, this has always been the case, right?
Yeah.
I've always felt like if you own the movie and the music is in it, you should just be able to listen to the songs if you want to, you know? It's like it's maddening, but they will lock it down, and they absolutely do not give a crap about anything but the bottom line, and they would make any law that they thought they could get away with. You know, if they could put you in prison for downloading stuff, to make an example of a few people, Jack Valenti, I don't think he's the head of the MPAA anymore, but he would do that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah. I think it's ridiculous why you can go for prison, especially with piracy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't say that I don't do piracy, because I don't get The Walking Dead where I am.
Yeah.
Like, at all. To get Game of Thrones, I'd have to sign up to Sky, which I can't do because I'm in a rented house. Like, I can't get a Sky dish installed. Oops, that's me out of that kind of. You know, if they want to stop piracy, they just need to, as you said, make it more accessible to everybody, like TV shows and stuff. Regardless, I mean, I have watched The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, but I know I'm going to buy the Blu-rays of those. Like, I'm going to get the editions when they come out, because I want to watch those anyway. I'm going to pay my dues to watching the content.
And of course,
I think that's the bottom line.
Of course, you want Game of Thrones and Blu-ray anyway, because of all the nudity. Oh my God! Woo!
Hey, but dude, what the hell is that? Far Cry 3?
Oh man!
Like, I think everybody watching the E3 stream of Far Cry 3 was just like, "Oh hey, what's this?" Wait, what is this?
The very beginning of the E3 panel. With talking about Far Cry, boom, boobs all up in the camera.
I think my favorite bit was like Tony Turner's reaction afterwards was just like, so nipples.
So nipples.
Their idea of mature
how about them
content.
nipples?
But like, coming back to the serious point, I think that in terms of like, if we're talking like Photoshop or After Effects, like, most people can't afford to pay that back.
Yeah.
Like, unless you said if they get like they work for a company with the skills, and then the company says, "Oh yeah, we'll get you a copy," and then the license is paid for. No one's gonna pay for, like, you know, £800, you know, £1,000 for a bit of software if they can avoid it. I think, you know.
Yeah.
Movies and stuff can be cheap, but no one wants to do that.
Yeah.
If you can get something for free, damn right you're gonna download and try and get it for free for as long as possible. I think
the bottom line is, I mean, this may be an example where the categorical imperative holds up reasonably well. It's like, if everybody if everybody does something and it breaks the system, then it's not right.
Man?
So find a way to do it in a way that doesn't break the system. And I think you hit the nail on the head, Phil. You got to pay it back. You got to find a way to pay it back at some point, whether it's buying the Blu-rays, or it's buying the program when you can afford it, or it's, you know, building a company. I mean, this is kind of my model. When I was a kid, I pirated 3D Studio Max and the other tools I wanted to learn all that stuff. There was no way a 12-year-old in the pre-internet era could get that stuff in any other way, and I learned it, and I built a career around it, and I advocated for those programs, and I've bought them several times over, and I think that makes it. I think that you know, in the absence of them sort of stepping up and say, here's another path, I think that's an absolutely reasonable way to go. It doesn't break the system. Doesn't break the system. That's the bottom line for me.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of people that, obviously, if we're going to talk about SOPA and all that stuff, it's basically, my vision on SOPA and all these other things are saying, you know, they've got old business models and they don't know how to adapt, so they're just going to go and throw it and blame it on the internet, you know, and blame everyone like that, I think. So
they're just trying to blame it on something that isn't really causing a problem.
Yeah.
You know,
And I think that even people like, the fact that Notch has come out openly and says that he supports piracy, even though it does hurt him in the short term, he knows that a lot of people have pirated Minecraft and they're buying Minecraft,
yeah.
afterwards. So he knows how that the system can work eventually. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but it's getting your product out there that's the important thing.
Yeah.
And that's what these big
Yeah.
fossilized companies don't seem to understand, is that it's not about making the money right off the bat. It's about getting everyone interested. Then they'll put the money in if it's worth it.
Well, and just think about, in the case of Minecraft, how deeply it's affected and influenced the people that are committed to that game. How much that experience is going to stay with them as they get older and in their adulthood. I mean, it's just it's the same reason why Disney makes the kinds of movies and experiences that it does, is because it's built around capturing a child's imagination and staying with them through their whole lives. So, I mean, he couldn't have made a better investment than saying pirate this game.
Yeah.
Because in 30 years, when he's still drawing millions of dollars per year in royalties from his first huge success, he's going to be laughing all the way to the bank, I hope.
I think he came up with an awesome, not to get too much into the game itself, but the platform, it's a PC platform, so it's easily accessible. It's a little bit demanding when it comes to some computers. If you don't have a good graphics card, it could lag out a little bit. But guess what? Because the game is already so basic as it is, the fact that it lags a little bit doesn't stop people from playing it. If you were playing Battlefield 3 and it lagged, you would throw that thing out the window. You would throw your computer and the game out the window. But if Minecraft lags, you're just so wrapped up, so consumed into the game that you're not even thinking about that. Yeah, you're getting 15 FPS, but guess what? I just love this game.
It's a beautiful fucking experience.
And by the
that's
way,
the bottom line.
And by the way, I did pirate Minecraft at the beginning.
You did?
Yep. I pirated it, and then I paid for it. That's how it is.
The owner of the Minecraft Monday show.
I know.
Surely this cannot be a corrupt system.
See, and that's exactly how it worked. It was perfect.
An onion and buried in the ground for doing this thing.
Yeah. I mean, I bought
this is awesome. I'm buying it.
I bought it when it was beta, and the program that I use for all my music is Logic Studio. I pirated that, but as soon as I made enough money from all the parodies and projects that I'm doing with people, I was able to call Apple and be like, yo, give me that license number, And it was mine. I love to pull it up, have my name next to it. It's like, I worked hard to get this program, and now I can do what I want with it. It's a good feeling.
I kind of feel like it's sort of like an apprenticeship type thing. You're like, the big company's like, oh, I've got this massive job with all these skills, and you got this new guy coming on saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to do much, but teach me and I'll know how. So, give them a copy of the game, or they take a copy of it and then they learn it, and then all of a sudden they're, making hundreds and hundreds a month. And then they're like, oh, hey, by the way, here's a big chunk of that, more than I probably would have spent in the first place. As you said, you've got multiple copies of 3DS Max now, just from that one original version. So
yeah, exactly so.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that somebody in chat said, I'm going to quote this, of course Phil is drinking, he has to listen to the rest of the guys. Tongue face.
So true.
I'm just...
Who said that? Who said that?
That would be Miss Creeper calling her out there.
So true.
Calling her out in the chat.
One of these things is not like the others.
So, hey guys, that is the Vox of Gaming for this week's podcast.
Really serious at the end there. You broke my Vox of Gaming cherry. Thank you.
Where did my music go? Music. And there it is. Woo! All right.
That is we done.
Next,
to plug ourselves.
Next week, I'm gonna have a female on, a female gamer. I had people up in uproar. That there haven't been females yet, so I had one. I got female
This
friends.
is episode 2.
You got to get
I know, it's
the
only
ladies
episode 2.
on.
They're like,
Who's a female gamer?
What?
Who's it gonna be?
Who is it?
Who's gonna be? Who do you want? There you go. And
so it's actually chosen. Yeah.
Two L's. Basherverse will be Basher. He's gonna be on next week, and I believe Hat Films is gonna be on next week as well.
All three or one?
All three of them?
Yeah, we're gonna work something out. We're not sure how we're gonna work that out yet.
You should get Trotimus on.
Just him. Forget the rest.
Just him.
Forget the rest.
Are we picking favorites here? I can't do that. I work with these guys.
Not
I love
anymore.
all of them equally. They're like my children. I love each of them
Not
equally.
anymore.
But that one's my favorite.
All right, guys. So where can they see you? Phil from FyreUK. YouTube.com/FyreUK. Do you have Twitter? What's your Twitter?
There's @FyreUK is the official one. There's @FireDragon04, which is Matt's, and then there's @BruteAlmighty, which is my this guy's one.
Specific.
So, but if you follow at FyreUK, you should be able to find all of them on there, or on the website FyreUK.com.
Yeah.
And don't forget the channel. And what else do I need to plug in?
What else did you forget? Is Skype?
If you want to mail
Skype.
us, mail at FyreUK. No Skype. Well, everything you can find for the website,
that'd
so you
be
can
creepy.
contact us and we can exchange.
Stalkers.
I ain't giving you my Skype details. Those are personal.
Stalkers. Yeah.
Plug everything in. But yeah, no, feel free to follow. Contact.
there.
You got a really nice
I
channel.
know. Hey, I'm just gonna throw this business card out in the front of the front
Yeah.
there.
Oh, there you go. There you
That's
go.
that is your fault, Bebop.
nice.
Aw. So Ian,
that'd be
verbal processing. Where can they see your stuff, bro?
YouTube.com/verbalprocessing. YouTube.com/verbalprocessing is the place where you will find whatever it is I roll out in the next few weeks. I'm busy with Paradox Interactive right now, though, so you're going to have to look for some War of the Roses trailers at Paradox Plaza.
Stop the music. War of the Roses.
That's right.
Medieval
Roses.
MMO. Woo. He gave
No,
me the
not an MMO, not an
not an
MMO.
MMO?
It's a think medieval Call of Duty, actually.
Okay,
it's,
yeah, there you
it's
go.
skill-based medieval melee
I
combat.
just got
Call
the
of Duty,
music
like
for this.
with big teams.
He gave
It's-
me the.
It's
We were filming a little bit, and I jumped in. I totally jumped in late, but I still popped in and played. Oh, such a fun idea! So can't wait to see how that evolves.
it's a fun game.
War of the Roses.
I get no
Yeah.
money for the sale of this game, although it might mean a continuation of my contract. However, everybody who jumps into to play that thing alpha, broken as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, this is months ago. Just like can't wait to get back in. It's a hell of a lot of fun. So,
So
I've been doing
you
the
can get
trailers
us
for
spot
that.
seats
You can
into
find
that.
us.
Yeah.
Phil's gonna get it.
All of us.
Phil's
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to hit me up, but I got to shoot more trailer stuff, and I can use all the help I can get.
All right, music, go. So we're gonna get you on Twitter. It's processing.
Verbal processing.
Verbal
That's right. You got to thin with the verbal process.
Verbal
Processing.
processing.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Oh, and I live stream as well. Twitch.tv/verbalprocessing. In fact, that's
There
the
you
most
go.
consistent I'm doing right now. Every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time.
There you go.
6
Follow
p.m.
him.
I
He's a-
like it when you get real close to the mic like that.
He's my
Oh,
kind
thank
of
you.
goofy. Follow him. And then finally we have Pedro, who's working on all kinds of amazing music, bro. Where can they see your stuff? Every day you're like coming out with something.
Go to youtube.com/music by Pedro. I have a new project coming out. It's actually my first speed build song, so maybe these guys from FyreUK might be interested in using it. Maybe, possibly, maybe, could be.
Ooh.
No,
for you, Pedro.
highly unlikely.
Ooh.
But yeah, I've got a new project coming out Monday. It's already done. It's a redstone project that someone built for me, and I just came up with the music and whatnot. And you also have a gaming channel, youtube.com/games with Pedro.
Yeah,
Got some
that
new.
just started.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
1,200 subs, so it's going really well. I've got
Nice.
another episode of Pedro's Quest coming out, which came out this week with Martin and.
I was gonna say somebody asked me if I was gonna be on it.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
know you're more than welcome.
high five you, Phil.
It's a very intense Minecrafting show. I would love to have the guys from FyreUK too. It's they're epic. They make some epic videos, but I'd
I
love
see
to
the
see their
start of a
Minecraft
lovely,
skills.
fruitful relationship.
We do.
Yeah,
We
coming
have
out
a
here.
lovely
And
ways
then
about to
my
happen.
And then my Twitter is Pedro6285. That's my
Yeah.
birthday. So that way people can't forget my birthday.
I'm gonna follow you right now, Pedro.
People love your
I'm
smile, by the
already
way.
following
You gotta smile more, Pedro. People love it.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, his music is awesome. So guys, that is the VoG of Gaming. We'll see you next Saturday. I will see you on Tuesday. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'll see you on Monday for the Minecraft Monday show. Then Tuesday to Friday for the VoG of Gaming. And then on Saturday at 10 p.m. UK time. Pedro, you gotta play us out. You gotta play us out with.
damn.
You gotta play us out, bro.
Hey.
You gotta play us out.
It's gonna be a thing though. You're not gonna be able to do a Vox Gaming without SAX intro.
I know. I'm gonna miss it. I need a minute of time. It's all you. Woo! There we go.
It's the saxophone music for the Vox of Gaming.
And we're out. Later.